Alright, hey guys, welcome back. This is C-Rock. I wanted to go ahead and do a book review today because I had just finished the book 1984 by George Orwell yesterday as of recording this, which was November 17th when I finished it. This is being recorded in December, so time lapse. I am now reading two books at once. One is the seventh book of the Expanse series, Persepolis Rising, and the other is The Tale of Sinew, or probably pronounced it wrong. Okay, oh well. I will talk about those when I am finished. So back to 1984, right? So my thoughts on the book first. I loved it. You should read it if you want to. Now, yes, after the summary, I will delve a little bit into the politics of the book and how it relates to nowadays, the Orwellian future that we live in. Alright, so spoilers ahead. Let's begin the review, right? The book has three parts to it, each with about 8 or more chapters. Pretty easy read, I think, especially for me, someone who has dyslexia. Part 1 starts with the many characters, with the main character, Winston, being part of the inner party of Oceania, the country that he lives in. In this part, he buys a journal and starts writing down in it about his dislikes of Big Brother, the government. He meets a girl that at first he wishes to run after and kill, but then decides not to. The next day, they hook up. Yeah, they go ahead and form a relationship. Then we move into part 2, where they form a relationship. Now they are engaged in adultery, since Winston is married. This and most relationships outside of what the party allows are forbidden in Oceania. Thus, they decided to join the Brotherhood and attempt to take down Big Brother. Winston thinks it is impossible because the proles, or the blind masses, would never revolt. In part 2, Winston reads the book from the Brotherhood. I read an excerpt from that for Halloween. I read an excerpt from that for Halloween. I felt it was fitting, right? That video is at the end here and in the notes, if you wish to watch it. The book he reads talks about the famous lines, "Freedom is slavery, war is peace." Then we move to part 3. Winston and Julia, the girl he meets and is in the relationship with, get caught since one of the Brotherhood members was Big Brother in disguise. So he brings them to the Ministry of Love. In this world, everything is backwards. Love is for torture, and the Ministry of Peace is for war. To be tortured, so they were brought to the Ministry of Love to be tortured and recommit their love for Big Brother. As O'Brien would say, the Brotherhood member that returned them in. Winston starts questioning O'Brien on Big Brother and its role. O'Brien says the party rules all. You only get to know what the party tells you through newspeak and doublethink. Makes you think all else is not true. Doublethink is seeing something you know is true, but your mind tells you, or is programmed to tell you, that it is not. Big Brother has trained the proles to think this way with newspeak. I know, sounds too scary, right? So they have an argument about 2 + 2 = 5, hence the thumbnail. I know, everyone was like, what? 2 + 2 = 5? It's part of the book. I will read a bit of it.
He paused for a moment, as though to allow what he had been saying to sink in. "Do you remember," he went on, "writing in your diary, 'Freedom is the freedom to say that 2 + 2 make 4'? "Yes," said Winston. O'Brien held up his left hand, its back towards Winston, with the thumb hidden and the 4 fingers extended. "How many fingers am I holding up, Winston?" "4. And if the party says that it is not 4 but 5, then how many? 4. The word ended in a gasp of pain. The needle of the dial had shot up to 55. The sweat had sprung out all over Winston's body. The air tore into his lungs and issued again in deep groans, which even by clenching his teeth he could not stop. O'Brien watched him, the forefingers still extended. He drew back the lever. This time the pain was only slightly eased. How many fingers, Winston? 4. The needle went up to 60. How many fingers, Winston? 4. 4. What else can I say? 4. The needle must have risen again, but he did not look at it. The heavy, stern face and the 4 fingers filled his vision. The fingers stood up before his eyes like pillars, enormous, blurry, and seeming to vibrate, but unmistakably 4. How many fingers, Winston? 4. 4. Stop it. Stop it. How can you go on? 4. 4. How many fingers, Winston? 5. 5. 5. No, Winston, that is no use. You are lying. You still think there are 4. How many fingers, please? 4, 5, 4, anything you like. Only stop it. Stop the pain.
So then Winston goes to room 101 and gives up Julia while he is being tortured. Then he gets released back into the world along with Julia too. The book goes on for a little bit more, and we end up finding out that Winston loves Big Brother after all. I'll let you read the rest of it if you want to go ahead and find out what actually happens and everything, okay? That's the end of the review, and now, if you wish to skip this next part, you can hit like and sub, or you're on your way out, because I am now going to talk about the political side of the book and how it relates to our current world in America, or should I just call it Oceania, right? Okay, our current news never talks about the countries we are engaged in never-ending war. There are 7, by the way, which also almost seem as peace to us, seeing we never see the wars, aka war is peace, that famous line. Big Brother is everywhere, and as it has its hands in everything. Hell, NATO just declared China, aka East Asia, as an enemy a few days ago. NATO is a dinosaur that needs to die, I think. But that's my opinion on that one. Along with YouTube moving towards suppressing free speech and Facebook too. Hence the picture of what's-his-face from Facebook. I hope you liked that picture. Kind of funny. Probably will hide this video just like they do to other channels. So, hit like and sub and say to everyone, let Big Brother die. Right? Thank you for watching. Read the book if you want. And peace to all, not war. Bye-bye.